wood storage is here. And this is a tree that fell that we had cut. This was extra pea gravel from our fire pit, so we just kind of threw it here on the path. But I didn't think, I shouldn't have waited. I didn't think to put landscape fabric underneath because all the weeds are coming up through the pea gravel. But it only made it this far on the path. But we really like it. So we're going to get, every year we're going to get like 2 cubic yards of pea gravel, and we're just going to slowly add to the path. And so this looks nice naturally, doesn't it? But I will tell you that it gets very, very mucky. And also pea gravel will help keep down ticks. So that's why I don't feel bad about putting pea gravel down here. I do like the look of the natural path, but the pea gravel also looks really pretty. I want to discuss another big problem that I'm contending with here in our woods. Just to let you know, our woods have not really been maintained or managed. So there's lots of fallen trees, which is fine. I understand that's part of nature. But we've had 2 years in a row, we've had periods of drought, and we had crazy wildfires last year. So the easiest way for a fire to travel is horizontally. So cleaning up debris to a certain extent is actually a good thing to help prevent forest fires. But you can't completely strip it, obviously, because it needs to fall and it needs to decompose. Right. This branch must have fallen during the wind we had the other day. Right, the other thing that I want to show you that I'm contending with in these woods, besides it having not been maintained, are these. So this is multiflora, and I know some of you that subscribe to this channel followed my channel before, so this is probably repetitive to you guys, but I'm sorry for that. But multiflora is extremely invasive. It spreads through roots. It spreads through, if a branch falls and gets into the ground, it'll root that way, and it spreads through the berries from either falling and sprouting, or the birds will eat it and poop out the seed part. So it is extremely invasive, and this property is full of it, just full of it. And I am very well aware that this is going to be a losing battle for me. Oh, there was a partridge. Not a partridge, a pheasant. So what I am doing is trying to keep it under control so that it doesn't spread more, but even that I can't do it all, because as you can see, there's still a lot of berries here. But what I try to do is chop it to a certain point and then burn the top parts. But see, look at all these berries. It's insane. It's everywhere. And slowly but surely, my goal is to dig up some of it, which I'm doing in our yard, to plant a fruit tree orchard. But I do want to dig up some of it as I garden along the path here. The path is very squishy because we had some rain. It's all multiflora. And what happens is it invades and it'll climb up trees and it'll choke out trees. But it is so super thorny that I feel like this is Oh no, okay. It is so thorny that it makes a great hedge. And I feel like that's why this was planted here. Because it really, I mean, you can't walk through this. There's no way you can walk through that. It's a real hazard. So I don't mind some of it. The bees love the flowers in the spring. The birds love the berries, unfortunately. And I just know that, ooh, I'm scaring the pheasants, poor guys. I just know that I'm never going to get it all out. It's just a matter of keeping it under control. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is when I do clean up woods or cut some branches and that kind of thing, I'm making dead hedges along the path. So it's just, I just have these vertical poles here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, vertical poles, and then I'm just piling the branches here. So that's going to make some shelter for critters, and it's going to decompose and provide nutrients for the woods. And it also will help smother any invasives that are trying to get through, which, you know, they'll get through eventually. The other thing that I want to do is, so we have a natural little brook here, but it hasn't been maintained. And so unless it has poured rain, it doesn't flow. So that's another project that I want to do, is get in here and start cleaning up this brook so that there's flow, because stagnant water is good in some sense, but it's also very bad for mosquitoes. And I would just like it to flow. It does flow when we get downpours. It will flow, but when we just get a little bit of rain, it just sits. And you can see, look, like all these leaves here. So it's just a matter of cleaning all this up so that the water flows. So this is, to me, this is co-creating with the land, you know, like this is helping it along, because we have the ability to, as humans, to do that. So when I mentioned, you know, just educate yourself on invasive species, this is why, because this is the problem I'm contending with now. But back then, people didn't know that multiflora was such a pain in the ass. And another thing to keep in mind, when you buy roses from the garden center, ask if it's on a multiflora stock, because a lot of roses apparently now are being grafted on multiflora, and I just don't understand that. It should be illegal. Okay, so we're going to enter into the fairywood. I'm going to talk about what drew me here, besides just a feeling, what my plans are for here. Another thing that was really magical about this area is this. So this, I am pretty positive this was struck by lightning at one point, this tree. You can kind of see the spiraling in it. Now it's, you know, that was a long time ago. And I also love how there's three. It just reminds me of like the triple goddess. So that's quite magical. And I put my, oh yeah, so there definitely had some damage from the wind. Oops. Oh goodness, I can't get it. All right. It's gonna stay up there. Because we had some winds the other day that were quite strong. So here again, another pile. I didn't put them between sticks to make like almost like a dead hedge or a dead fence, they're called. So then I would have like a fence of branches, but I'll get to that. For now, I'm just putting them in piles. So these are basically, they're suckers from alders, poplars, and suckers. I mean, the point of suckers is to spread, obviously, is to have the tree to have babies, but they can overtake, and they can also really sap energy from the mother tree. So I'm not going to touch these suckers in areas that I don't plan on using. I'm just going to let them naturally do their thing. But in areas that I do plan on using, like paths and the sacred circle area, it's starting to sprinkle. I plan on cutting those suckers because there's so many of them. And I want to be able to use our space. I don't feel bad about that either, because I know cutting suckers from the mother tree, from the roots, is going to help that mother tree grow and be stronger. And there's something else I wanted to mention when I put my little hawthorn spell here. Normally we can't see the house from here, but the house is right there. But all the leaves are gone. So my little hawthorn spell here, if you guys want me to add a spell or an intention or a wish in this magical hawthorn grove, it's obviously not where I want it to be, but I did start working in here, and I do kind of do some magical work in here in the meantime that I do physical work in here. But if you want me to add to that beautiful magical hawthorn tree there an intention, just send me a message, or you can put a comment. But if you want it to be private, just comment that you would like to. And you can go to my Instagram. It's Hearth and Hawthorn. And you can send me a DM, or yeah, we'll figure out a way. But I would gladly hang a spell or an intention for you in the magical hawthorn grove. So eventually, I plan on putting an altar in the fairy circle. Oh, jeez, it's raining. Another altar in the hawthorn grove. And I want to put seating here so that we can have drum circles. And I want to put an outbuilding. I wanted to make a off-grid cabin for myself to just hang out, maybe even make it a studio for my crafts, as long as I can get some way to get power in there, like solar panels or something. Oh, what a beautiful day. I plan on cleaning up the woods, but I only have so much time, but I'm not worried. If I don't get to it, to get to everything I want to do, I'm not worried, because then I'm just leaving Mother Nature to do her thing. I'm not hurting anything by not doing anything. Does that make sense? Well, I'm gonna run inside because it's raining and I have no jacket on because it's not cold today. Oh, look, how beautiful is this? Oh, isn't that awesome? A part of me is wanting to maybe restart my other channel Oh my goodness. Okay. And I'm thinking on that. I might restart my Hearth and Hawthorn channel. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I know some of you have come over from there, but I do miss doing updates on our land and our house. Okay guys, I'm getting wet. Talk to you later, bye. Well, it started out sunny. It's like every time I go in the fairy circle, this happens.